Hey, welcome back to Tech Stuff. This video is going to be very helpful for those who are watching this in a lot of ways. So for now, iPhone 12 lineup is Apple's latest lineup. So many people are planning to buy that phone or planning to do so. So it's a fact that most among us that came to know about a phone series Pro and non-Pro models, they just made a kind of presumption of being having a huge margin between both those two pros and non-pros models. That may be on the basis of performance, camera, and all that stuff. That's not the point. The brands, the way of presentation, the pricing, all the stuff makes you feel that there's a huge margin between both of those two pro and non-pro devices. Don't get me wrong, if we just talk about the pro models of the smartphones, they do have great enhancements, and if we talk about the flagship ones, they do have a great high end and a pretty cool features that do works in an unimaginable way. But that's not the point. The point is the features that you are getting in a pro model or a non-pro one is worth the extra money you are paying for that pro model. And there's another point that do matters more than that. Do you really care about those features? Maybe you are in the tech world and known to those extra features that you are getting in the pro model, and you do really care about those extra features, but do you need them? Let me take a simple example. If you are buying oranges for you and you bought a plenty of that, and after a few days leftover oranges are just rotten and are of no use for you guys, so it's kind of waste of money in buying those plenty of oranges for you that are of no use for you. You just wasted your money. It's the same thing in the smartphones. You have paid the extra money for the pro models or the non-pro, got some extra features, and you never use them. So that's the loss of money in an indirect way. Almost same in the case of smartphones. You bought a pro model and never recognize the extra features and the power do you have, and never use them and spoiled all the stuff that are extra in your pro model, and you have paid extra for that. That's indirect way of wasting your money. So let me talk about the extra features you are getting in iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12 for reference. So the major difference everyone is going to notice in iPhone 12 Pro or the iPhone 12 is an extra camera lens. There are 3 in iPhone 12 Pro and there's 2 in iPhone 12. So in iPhone 12, there are 2 camera lenses. One is primary wide angle camera. Second one is telephoto lens. And in iPhone 12 Pro, the same wide angle camera lens, and the second one is the same telephoto lens. And the third one, that's the extra one, is an ultra wide lens. So now you guys are thinking that you can get better ultra wide shots in iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12, but that's not the case. However, the iPhone 12 doesn't have an extra camera lens for ultra wide, but it still captures the identical ultra wide shots. So if I ask you that having an extra ultra wide lens, does that matters for you? So after watching this video, you'll probably answer no or don't know. That's your case, but practically it doesn't matter. And yeah, there's another extra thing in iPhone 12 Pro camera system, and that's a black hole getting, and that's the lidar scanner sensor, whatever you want to call. What it does in iPhone 12 Pro, what's its work? What it does is just emits the radiations and detects the depth. Overall, it is helpful in taking better portraits. But is it necessary? And how enhanced portrait modes are you getting in iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12? There is are identical in 98% of cases. But it's also not what to notice a lot. However, it's a great thing to have LiDAR on iPhones in a smartphone, $1,000 smartphone. But I'm taking day-to-day experience as a reference for you who are using these smartphones in your day-to-day life. I didn't found it a great thing or an just unimaginable thing that changed whole of the things in a smartphone camera system. That's not the point. Almost same portrait photos on iPhone 12 that do not have LiDAR, and iPhone 12 Pro they do have LiDAR. So what's the use in AR? And most of you guys never ever used AR in your smartphones, so it doesn't matter too. And the wide and telephoto lenses are same and identical on both iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12, so 100% identical photos and videos. Performance is almost same, both have A14 bionic chip, so performance is also the same. So now there's one more difference in the design of iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 have an matte finish aluminum side frame and the glossy back glass, while the iPhone 12 Pro have a glossy stainless steel side and the matte finished glass back. But does it matter? Now, because most of you who are spending a lot of money in buying these flagship smartphones do care about those smartphones, so they do put cases in approximately 95% cases. I do agree that before iPhone 12 series, in iPhone 11 and 10 series, there are many reasons of getting a Pro one over a non-Pro. As if you want an OLED display or an LCD display, you should give up an iPhone 11 and go for iPhone 11 Pro. If you want a more compact smartphone, you just give up iPhone 11 and go for 11 Pro. But this time they do have same displays, they do have same sizes, almost everything is just identical. So for what you are spending that extra money for? So all the things that are different doesn't matter a lot, but the price, I think you guys are wise enough after watching this video and smart enough to save your extra money and put that somewhere else, whether in buying accessories or saving that money. That's good for you. And if you are still buying a Pro and do care about those extra features, and yeah, I just remember an extra feature from iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12, that's the Apple Pro RAW in the camera. What it essentially does is just, if you just capture a photo, you can just Photoshop and change the colors of your sweaters, t-shirts, shirts, and clothing, your background, and all that stuff. Who does that? A photographer? Maybe they does, but a common man who are buying an iPhone 12 Pro for a day-to-day uses, never ever going to just change the colors of sweaters, t-shirts. So that's also not considerable for extra money for day-to-day uses. So where's the perfection? That's iPhone 12. If you buy an iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 Pro, you may save up to $300 and 40,000 rupees. That's a huge margin to buy an AirPods Pro. So you're smart enough. Thank you for your precious time, catching you guys, and hoping you guys in the next one.